Happy Sunday. Let all my people come in. I hope you guys have had a great week. I thought I was going live. Go live. Okay, there we go. Hi, Pedro. How was your week? I hope you guys had a great week, a great weekend. Are you guys ready for the week? I feel like, can you guys believe, seriously, saludos. Can I have chapstick? Can you guys believe, like, we're already at the end of July? Like, it just makes no sense to me. How? Thank you. Happy Dominican Father's Day.
Hey.
Yes, happy Dominican Father's Day. I can't believe we're about to hit August. I'm excited, though. I'm not mad. The kids go back to school, although we're going to homeschool the little one because the little one got kicked out of school. So we're going to homeschool him. He's going to be in a lot of the videos. He's going to have a lot of one-on-one time with his mama and dad. So to a busy week and getting ready for school. Yes. Same. We already went school shopping, which was for this year is only 4 kids so far because 4 of them are still at the same school. And as I mentioned, one of them is going to be homeschooled with us. I don't know how that's going to go. I'll definitely let you guys know. And then my oldest is going into high school. I don't know how I feel about that. So they don't have a specific supply list just yet. So I'm pretty sure like when we go to his orientation and stuff like that, we'll have a supply list. But he's so funny. It's going to be a new experience for your little one. I know. It's going to be a new experience for me too, right? Because when they're in school, it gives me and my husband time to just like work together. You know, the kids are being, I don't call it daycare, but it kind of like, you know, people taking care of your kids while, you know, you're working and stuff like that. So we're going to literally have a child with us 24/7. But I really do think that he needs that. He definitely needs that one-on-one. He definitely needs that one-on-one. Very, very smart. I think he's gonna like design something, create something in the future. But right now he's creating he's creating havoc. Hi. He is creating havoc. So we gonna see. We gonna see. Cause when COVID, like when we were in the thick of COVID and everybody was homeschooled and all that, like virtual school, I was like, nope. There's a reason I'm not a teacher. So what I wanted to touch base on today is basically like the difference between deed restrictions and HOA, right? Because I actually had a lot of people asking about that deed restriction versus HOA. Let me just check in. So when it comes to deed restricted, right? So So a lot of the properties that we do in Ocala, specifically Marion Oaks, there is deed restrictions, right? So there's not necessarily an HOA where you're paying anything per month, but it is deed restricted. Now they have their set of, restrictions in the sense of, and I feel like they're doable, right? It's not like, I know my nails. Yes, you see them? They are, I love them. I love them. Thank you so much. So, okay. So HOA and deed restricted. So in Marion Oaks, it is deed restricted. So they have some restrictions. Now, what I was saying is that they are doable, right? It's not like, so for example, my community, we have an HOA. And a lot of people like to have the black, I don't know if you guys seen that, like the black netting where you can have your garage door up, but you have the black netting. So if you want to chill in your garage, right, you're not going to have the bugs come in. That is not allowed. So stuff like that is just like, really, that's more of a HOA. Like deed restricted, for example, in Marion Oaks specifically, they have a deed restriction, and they have a rule that your fence can't be above 6 feet, which is doable, right? I mean, they don't want a 20-foot fence surrounding your property, like you building a little compound, right? And so it could be whatever color, it could be whatever material, right? I've seen wood, I've seen chain link, I've seen vinyl. So that's that, right? One other thing that I know that they are, especially in Marion Oaks, is that they want to prevent. So I know a lot of people are in the trucking industry, and some people bring their trailers home, right? But what happens is that some people are parking on the street, and that is basically like taking away from the street from other people. So they're like really being really strict on that sense. What else? They say, to paint your house like a neutral color, but if you've driven around Marion Oaks, I've seen pink houses, I've seen purple houses, no lie. No cap, as they say in this day and age. Can you tell I have a teenager? So it's not, I feel like it's not as restricting, or really like these rules are just ridiculous from an HOA, right? So you don't have to have approval to put I don't know, put a concrete in your, like put concrete in the backyard, things like that. But you do have to have permits, and that's for anywhere. Hey Wanda. So we're super excited. We actually did a photo shoot this week. We're just like doing a little rebrand, and I cannot wait to share it with you guys. You guys know that I absolutely love you. And another biggest difference is, hi Areta, I hope I'm saying that right. Another big difference is going to be, of course, HOA, you have to pay, there's a fee. And then in a deed restriction community, there's no monthly fee or anything like that. So I want to tell you guys a story. We were showing this week, and we went to go open the lockbox for a door, right? And I got the code, the lockbox opened, but there was no key. And I was like, well, that's strange. And so the grass was overgrown. And I'm like, listen, I'm not about to walk into this grass. And if the grass is overgrown, the likelihood of a snake being in there is very, very likely. So you will not catch me walking on overgrown grass, right? Because I was going to, sometimes on empty houses, the agents are not locking all the doors and things like that, right? Unfortunately. And so I wanted to go through the back to see if maybe the sliding door was open. So my client tells me, she's like, Alexis, I think there's somebody in there. I see somebody. And I'm like, but I don't see no cars, nothing. So I like go and I peep through the window, and all you see, no lie, I cannot make this up. Somebody is sleeping on the stove, like literally the counter where the stove is. Somebody's sleeping on there. Somebody's sleeping on the island. All you see is somebody had, I guess, one of them wears a wig, because you see the wig hanging down from like on top of the island. Guys, I cannot make them, and they were knocked out, like knocked out. And I'm like, am I like, this is my first experience with this. So they were squatters. They were, well, I don't necessarily know if the correct, you would say the correct term is a squatter, even if maybe they're not living there, but they're just
occupying a dwelling that they don't own yet.
Occupying a dwelling that they don't own. Okay, so let's call it let's call them a squatter. Listen, I call that listing agent so fast. You guys know, snitches get stitches and all that, right? I'm from Listen, we're not doing that, because, well, no, I am doing that, because that is just super wrong. They are occupying a residence that is not theirs, right? But then it's like, how the heck did they get the key? How did they get the key? Because they must have known the lockbox code, because a lockbox was there, right? So it's very, very important for agents. Oh, you want me to stay this back? Oh, okay. So it's very important for agents to, like, after you're done showing the property, scramble the numbers so somebody is not coming behind you and opening up a lockbox. So I called the listing agent. I was like, listen, did you know that there's 2 people sleeping in there and they got the key? And he was like, what? I'm gonna call the cops now. I was like, do you think? But I gotta go to the next showing. That's as far as I'm committed, right? I told them, and that's it. But my client was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. I was like, listen, me neither, because I have not experienced that. So I thought that was our story for the week. I cannot make this up. Real estate, there's always something. Hi, Rocket. You guys see Rocket? Say hi, Rocket. I'm not a big small, no, not the lips. I'm not a big like little dog person, but this one, he has my heart. Yes. You see how he looks at me? Yes, baby. So this past weekend, we were in Ocala and we were showing this very, very, very nice house. Very nice house. It has the white ceramic, glossy floor tiling all throughout the house. But when we drove up to the house, when I tell you, you would think that it's like a nursery, like plants and all that. The grass was so overgrown, but it's not even like, it's kind of like overgrass seems to be an issue. I did love that jungle house. Which one? You mean, so when we drove up to it, it was like crabgrass. Like literally, it looked like they were growing some lettuce, cabbage. It was that bad. And I was like, listen, we're gonna do the right thing. And I took videos so that I can send to the listing agent and be like, listen, this is how it looks, right? Like it just looks like it's not taken care of, right? The whole entire yard. But the house is beautiful inside. It's beautiful. Has the ceramic tiling, very, very nice, and like affordable luxury. Absolutely love it. But that grass, when I tell you, it was like yay high. I watch your videos all. Thank you. That's so funny that you say that. So I was with some clients yesterday, and we were at K Hovnanian in Marion Oaks, and we might still put an offer. Carlos. Oh, Carlos. Yes, Carlos. I was actually just talking. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. So we went to that's one of my clients. He's on the hi Carlos. He's on the live. So yes, it's a beautiful house. So we went to K Hovnanian to check out some of their homes, and they have some beautiful floor plans. They have a floor plan called the passion flower. So the passion flower, it's actually it has an attached apartment, in-law suite, whatever you choose it to be. And so I wanted to show them that. So we went to the model home. But the model home is not of the passion flower. It's of their floor plan called the Goldenrod, which is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1833 square feet. Don't ask me. I don't work for K Nanny, and don't ask me how I remember all this. It's just all in here, guys. Okay. Anyways, so one of the other sales agents from the builder was like, "Oh, what's your name?" Right, to me, and I was like, "It's Alexis Diaz." And so there was a guy there, and he picked his head up and he was like, "I know who you are. I see you on YouTube all the time." And you guys know how I am. I'm very just who I like. I'm like, okay, I'm like, so why you didn't call me? Like, I'm trying to figure it out, right? He was like, "Oh, I'm just in the early stages or whatever." He was with his agent, and his agent was like, "Hey." And I'm like, "Listen, I'm not trying to get your buyer. It's a simple question, right? They know they watch me, and I'm very just kind of like, "Oh, I'm okay. You saw me. You know who I am. Out of curiosity, why didn't you call me?" It's just an honest question. It's not like, oh my gosh, right? So anyways, so I'm with my clients on the opposite side of the house, and all of a sudden we hear my intro song that I use for YouTube. And so they were playing my YouTube while I was there. I thought that was hilarious. And hilarious in the sense that I'm like, oh my gosh, they watch me and things like that. It was awesome. But don't ever take offense. I don't ever take offense if, you guys look at my videos and stuff like that. And you watch my videos and you use another realtor, right? But I'm curious, like, as to why, maybe you didn't feel a connection with me. Maybe you felt a connection with somebody else. It's an honest question, right? Hey, Alexis, we love your videos. We're moving to Central Florida. I wanted to ask you, what are some developments what are some best developments in or around Haines cities? Do you mean developments in the sense of like builders? If it's builders, I would say we have quite a few, especially in the Haines City area. So Richmond American is one of my favorite builders in the Haines City area. They build a lot of in different communities in Polk County. So Richmond American, and I'll tell you why. I believe their quality is top notch compared to like other builders. I like that they're single story homes, 9'4" ceilings, 8-foot doors, 8-foot doorways as well. The way they build their homes is that if they have the microwave over the electric stove, when you open the cabinet above the microwave, you'll see that you can't put anything in there because there's a vent. So when you're cooking, you're frying fish, you're frying tostones or all that, right? That smell is not going to stay in the house because it's going to be vented outside. So I absolutely love that they do that, right? Another one that I get so excited talking to you that my heart is beating so fast. Hold on, let me take a breather. I get so excited. Another one is Stanley Martin. They actually have, I can't get comfortable in this chair. It keeps rolling. So they have two different communities in Haines City. They have one at Scenic Terrace and they have one at Covered Bridge. The one at Scenic Terrace, the only thing about that is that it's going to have a CDD. However, I like that community because, of course, it has the amenities, it has the pool, dog park, and things like that. But it also just has it. They just built a brand new elementary school for Scenic Terrace, and that's going to open up next month. So I love that aspect of it, right? They have some really good floor plans. Casa Fresca is a nice one too. I do like their houses. I do like their floor plans. The only thing that I don't care for about Casa Fresca is I believe their kitchen cabinets are like 32, 36 inches. Compared to the 42, it makes a really, really big difference, right? So that just depends. Hi, Pedro. I didn't know, but happy Dominican, how would we say it? Happy Dominican Father's Day? Yes. Happy Dominican Father's Day. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of different options in like the Haines City area. I was just telling some clients, so we actually closed on one of the Ocala townhomes, and when I tell you, so I have investors from California wanting to invest here in Florida. So I let them know about the Ocala townhomes, the DR Horton ones, that is in a very, very great location because of where it's located. So it's located literally right off of Highway 200. It was priced at 241,000. We got it for 238,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1 car garage, almost 1,500 square feet townhome. And there's an HOA. The HOA includes the lawn maintenance, and it includes the pool. Here's another and it includes the pool, $150 per month. But where it's located, it is very, very desirable. All the stores are there, not far from the VA hospital, the VA clinic, regular hospitals, and things like that. So, but they also wanted to check so we closed that property on Friday. So I'm going to be renting it out. I'm going to put it for rent tomorrow, actually. I'm going to advertise it tomorrow. So if you guys know anyone who's looking for a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1 car garage townhome, brand new, all appliances, including washer and dryer, don't have to do any lawn maintenance, and it comes with a community pool, great location in Ocala. It's going to be rented at $900. They would kill me. $1,900. Imagine $900. Everybody's gonna be like, where do I sign up? So it's gonna be it's brand new. No one's ever lived in it. So they came to Davenport today, and you guys know that I don't work Sundays, but I just made an exception because they were leaving back to California. And we checked out a few communities. We checked out Pulte in Hartford Terrace in Davenport. And we checked out Casa Fresca and Forest Lake, which is Davenport as well. So that was great. A lot of people have been asking on my videos too, what's a CDD? So if you don't know what a CDD is and you are watching, so a CDD is a community district development fee. And what happens is that when a builder opens up before they even open up a new community, right? They do not develop their own land. They hire the city to develop the land, right? So what happens is they essentially take out a bond, and then they put that bond onto the homeowners. So it's usually a 30-year bond. It gets rolled into your property taxes. And even though it's a 30, I can't say that, it's a 30-year bond, you're still always going to have the operation and maintenance portion of it, even after that 30 years. Sometimes it ends up being a wash in the sense of like, okay, so like if the community has a fitness center, if it has a pool and things like that, and it ends up being like, let's say $150 a month, it could end up feeling like a wash. Like, okay, if I have a gym membership, maybe that's $100. I don't know, right? So you just have to think if it's worth it for you. I live in a community with the CDD. I mean, I got in at a good interest rate. I got in at a 1.99 interest rate. So the CDD doesn't bother me too much. But So are there any other questions that I can help answer? Also, if you do have a CDD, then most likely the HOA is going to be very, very, very low. Like, so for example, I have a CDD and my HOA is like $150 for the year. Also, I thought this was super cool. I just read this today, which I thought was really cool. Let me pull it up. Anybody like, is the new movie a Marvel movie or no? Yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine. Anybody Marvel fans and have watched the Deadpool and Wolverine movie that just came out? Okay, so I read this article. It is headlined as Kissimmee homeowners could soon convert garages into affordable housing units. That is very, very interesting. And the reason why this program has come up is because the cost of living is getting increased, right? It's increased already, but the salaries are not alongside them increases, right? So you're staying at the same salary or the same hourly rate, whatever, and the cost of living is just keep going up. Sometimes you're just gonna be like, yo, what the heck, like, what am I gonna do? I definitely understand, right? So this program is under consideration that could assist homeowners in converting their garages into affordable housing units, a move that would address a regional housing issue. So of course it's going to depend in like which area in Kissimmee, right? Because then you also have to think about, so for example, not anyone could just do it. That's number one. Number two, the project can cost about $100,000. They found kind of like federal resources that they can get 87,000, blah blah blah. Okay. But the city currently requires an accessory dwelling to be at least 500 square feet. It has to have a separate entrance, its own kitchen and bathroom, and at least one parking spot for the tenant. So you basically can't just throw a rug down and a hot plate in the garage and say it's an apartment, then start making money off of it. Very, very true. So the rent could range from $800 to $1,400 depending on the tenant's income. This unit would have to remain affordable for at least 15 years. The city is also considering waiving impact and mobility fees to further assist homeowners with the conversion. This can save them about $8,000. So I thought that was very, very interesting because there are a lot of freaking apartment complexes being built. But even rent at these apartment complexes are just freaking ridiculous. And I just feel like it puts a lot of people in the way that the cost of living and things like that just puts a lot of people into, I feel like they think they need to stay into renting, right? Or they don't feel like they're quite ready. That's why I always say reach out to a professional to see if you can definitely, qualify for it. So let me see. Hi, Shiloh. Do you see mortgage rate improving anytime soon? They say that rates should be going down to, well, not to a specific number, but the rates should be going down by September. I really, really hope so. What I found out today, though, and I have not heard any other builder doing this so far, is that so a lot of the bigger builders are offering very, very good special interest rates, right? But let's get something straight here. Let's get something straight. Because I see a lot of people putting, like a lot of realtors being like 2.99 interest rate. You could get a 2.99 interest rate, right? And that's called clickbait. In my opinion, that's called clickbait. Yes, you can get a 2.99 interest rate. However, you're not going to have that 2.99 interest rate for the 30 years. Okay. So what a lot of people are doing now is either a 2-1 buy down or 3-2-1 buy down, right? So this is how it works. Can I get a pen and paper? Because I have to write this down so that I make sure that I got you guys. Ready? Hold on. Because I just seen one too. It was like 2.99 interest rate. I was like, okay, let's do this real quick. Hold on. All right. So let's say if a builder is offering a 2.99 interest rate. What kind of pen is this? All right. And let's say they're doing, most likely if they're doing a 2.99 interest rate, this is most likely going to be a 3-2-1 buy down. And I'm going to tell you how it works. Okay. So 3-2-1 2-1 buy down. So if they're advertising 2.99 interest rate, that means the first year the interest rate is going to be a 2.99. Okay. The second year, the interest rate is going to be a 3.99. The third year is going to be a 4.99. And then the 4 through 30 is going to be 5.99. So it's not necessarily a balloon, right, where your interest rate is going to be like 14%, right? It's going to go from 2.99 to 14%, but it's to educate you guys. And if you see that something says 2.99 interest rate, that means it's going to be a 3-2-1 buy down. Okay, so it's going to start at a 2.99, but it's not going to finish at a 2.99. It may finish at a 4.99 or a 5.99, which is still not bad at all. Okay, so that's something that I want you guys to make sure that you truly understand. Okay. So in my area, ADUs are being built. Yeah, there are a lot of ADUs, especially down south. Is it true that properties values are lowering in South Florida due to higher mortgage rates? To be very honest with you, there's still a lot of people that are relocating to like Miami, right? And still paying a good amount of money. So I wouldn't say that, me personally, that the property values are being lowered, because you still have people from California, people from New York that are still moving to Miami, and still because I've seen where there's a like 3, 1.5 going for freaking $500,000, right? And they sell very fast. So there's still a lot of people that want to move to Miami. I do have a lot of people who are looking to relocate from Miami, right? Because of the prices and things like that. Hello, Alexis. We are Jose and Mirabel. We're planning to go to Ocala this Saturday to you, showing a few houses. We're very excited to meet you. Tomorrow we are calling Katrina. Yes. Katrina's amazing. For you guys that don't know, Katrina is my assistant. She does a really good job. If you guys end up calling me, you'll get her. And then she'll always just put you on my calendar. She is truly amazing. I look forward to working with you guys and putting you in my calendar for Saturday. Business has been really good. Thank you guys for trusting us to help you evolve in real estate. Does that mean the taxes increase the Kissimmee plan? You know what? I don't think that so property taxes, I don't know, because it says, right? So, okay. So here it says that waiving the impact and mobility fees to further assist. So I don't know how that's going to affect the property taxes, to be honest with you. I mean, the property taxes, that's a good question. I'm not really sure yet. I don't know. It's all in the early stages. So I'll definitely keep an eye on the developments of this program and see if it even makes it to the finish line, right? I mean, I think that would give a lot of people some housing, affordable housing. My daughter texts me, average rent for an apartment in Gainesville is $1,700 for 1,000 square feet. If you make $40,000, half of your take home is on rent, much higher than the preferred 1/3 of take home. Listen, and you know what? That's something that is so interesting that you just brought up, right? Because you know how a lot of apartment complexes, or even like these property management companies, they like, you need to make 3.5 times more than the rent. What? Okay, so let's get this straight. So if the rent is $2,000, then that means I need to make $6,000 a month. Oh, that's too cheap, right? Okay, so let's say if $2,500. What's 2,500 times 3? 75? Yeah, $7,500 per month. Okay, if you're making $7,500 per month, that means you're making about $90,000 per year, right? I think you should be able to probably buy your own house. So they're actually getting rid of that now. I think, is it a law? Huh, love? Is it a law that they can't ask for the three times that their wages be three times more than the rent? I think so. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that garage income, because it's income, so it definitely would definitely need to be reported to the IRS. Absolutely. And I'm pretty sure, you know what? I'm pretty sure that if they have some kind of knowledge that you're doing that, and you're gonna be on that list to get sent to the IRS and be like, they have this, so they better be putting that in their taxes or something like that. What?
3.5 times the rent. Yeah, 3 times the rent. Yeah, it's legal.
Is legal? Mm-hmm. No, but they're gonna stop doing that.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be. Hold on. Oh, so I don't normally do this, but I'm going to. If you guys are ever in the Davenport area and need a really good massage, you got to go hit up. You could look her up on Instagram. It's, when I tell you, and the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because my husband was in so much pain this week. Like, he must have pulled something in his shoulder. He was in so much pain that he had to go to her to like rub out, and he had like a lot of pockets of fluid and stuff like that. But I wanted to just shout her out, because when I tell you, she made him feel so much better. The best person that I've ever went to. Her Instagram is wellness by _ Michelle with 2 L's G. I'm gonna do that again. Maybe I could post it here. When I tell you, like, seriously, she is so talented, and I don't do this. Hold on. _ And this is not no paid thing or anything like this. But my husband was in so much pain this week. There we go. Yes. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys, I got you covered. So I don't know if I had mentioned this before. I did mention it in the in previous recording, live streaming, that we are working on opening up a new channel, which is going to be Sunshine State Living. Just giving you kind of like a brief, like, showing you guys what Central Florida in general has to offer, what the lifestyle is, and things like that. I'm so super excited to roll that out. Also, what I'm super excited to roll out is that we are creating an official team, the Evolve Estates Group team. So we're going to have more hands on deck. Of course, I'm not just letting anyone onto my team, because I need to make sure that my people, which is you guys, are taken care of, right? Let's just say that they need to show you houses and things like that. So I am super excited to be rolling that out as well. Being retired, what is the process for checking income? So that's actually a great question. So the process of check is just going to be your retirement checks, and if you have any other income. So I actually have a client who is going to be retiring in October, and he is under contract for a house that closes in February. So they're going to be taking his retirement income. That's what they used his retirement income they based his pre-approval on his retirement income. Hi, Ryan. So yeah, so it's definitely possible, and if you have any other like sources of income, definitely let them know that as well. I was gonna tell you guys something, and it's just like it's off. I can't think of it. What was I gonna tell you guys? I don't remember. So yeah, anyways, I thought that that was, you know, pretty cool regarding that, being able to convert the garage into kind of like an apartment, and being able to do that because of course different counties have different rules, right? I guess nobody's a Marvel fan. Nobody said that they went to go see the movie. I think, what is it called? Wolverine and Deadpool or something like that? Deadpool and Wolverine. Are you guys ready for the kids to go back to school? Let me know, because I am. Oh, see, we have Deadpool and Wolverine. So we are super excited to be I'm breaking it over here. We're super excited to be like I said, having a official team with agents, and like I said, it's going to be, we are going through like an interview process because we do such a good job in dealing with our clients, and we're very heavily relationship based, that I want to make sure that the agents that join my team are aligned with that. Any big plans for like the summer is almost ending? Well, I know a lot of people up north, they have a I think the kids go to school in September, right? I want to say that, I think it's September. Love your video showing homes that are realistically priced. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. You know, I like to show homes that I'm like, oh, okay, like I like this, right? And I think people were gonna like. And I just like to be just me. And as transparent as I get, I always, you know, look for your guys' opinions in my videos. I'm like, hey, comment, what did you think about this house, right? Like, let me know. I didn't build this house. I'm not going to be offended, right? So let me know. But I also do like to show some, you know, the prices are just a little bit more because there may be luxury houses and things like that, right? Okay, so I like many floor plans, but need just a bit more room than the one story. An upstairs bonus room for media looks appealing. On average, how much would a bonus room addition cost? That's a great question. So on average, I'm thinking is going to still be about, I want to say, I'm trying to think. And the reason why I'm saying this is because my in-laws, they bought in a community. It was a 55 and over community, right? Very, 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 very nice houses. And they have floor plans where you have all the bedrooms. Everything is downstairs besides the second floor. So the second floor was literally just a bonus media area, right? And to add that, I want to say it was an extra like 40 to 60,000. I can't remember. So Shiloh, there are some floor plans where you will just have maybe upstairs is kind of like that loft and or that bonus media room. So for example, guys, this is why I could have a channel where I'm just sitting here and showing you guys information, and a lot of realtors do that. They have, and they're great at it. That brings in a lot of views and things like that, and they're just telling you what's happening in the market. But I personally like to show the homes, and the reason why I like to be like boots on the ground showing the homes is because now I'm familiar with what's happening in the area, right? I'm actually like seeing it. I'm actually seeing different floor plans. You can ask my Carlos Morales. He's on here. You know, there were some houses that weren't on our list, but as he's talking to me, and as you know, as him and his wife are talking to me, letting me know, okay, I actually like this. I don't, but I'm looking for this, and I'm like, okay, actually, I want to let's go see this house because I think this is exactly what what you're saying you want, right? So this is why I like to do the tours and things like that, because then I know what's going on and I know the different floor plans. So my point to that, Shiloh, is that there is actually I can't remember the name off the top of my head right now, but my clients actually, they have one client who bought this specific floor plan. So this one, it's a Highland Homes, and Highland Homes is all throughout Central Florida. And they so they specifically bought in a community called Summercrest in Ocala. Okay. And in this community, there's this floor plan that has all the bedrooms downstairs, and they just have a loft on the top, media room, whatever you want to call it. That was priced at about 420, 415. I think it was by 415 to 420. So that may work for you. I just can't think of what the name is right now. But that may be a good option. So, another thing that I wanted to say is that Highland Homes is actually building a new community in Ocala, and it's going to be off of Highway 202. So it's definitely a desirable area because of where it's located. They're doing pre-sales. So the Willow 2, yes. That's it. Yes. Shiloh, I love you. Yes, that's it. The Willow 2. I have clients who purchased the Willow 2 in Summercrest, but they have, like I said, they have communities all throughout Central Florida, and they're building a new community. They just opened, but they don't have any floor plans to show just yet because it literally just opened. They're waiting on permits. So what I was thinking about doing is perhaps, because they're gonna have like I don't remember what floor plan they're gonna have as the model, but I was thinking about seeing it at maybe like recording it at a different community and then just going back to the like the new community so that you can guys see the area and the community itself. So as I always mention to you guys, right, in my videos, is that the best time to get into a brand, if you want to be in a community, right? The best time to get into a community is when it opens. They haven't even built the model home. That's the best time to get in because that's when the prices are the lowest. So by the time the community closes out, you're going to have a lot of equity in your home. I'll give you an example. I did that, right? I didn't get in right when it opened, but there wasn't a lot of houses in my community. So I have a 5-bedroom, 3-bath house. I bought it at 306. When the community closed out, this same floor plan, they were selling at like 415 to about 430. And so that's what I mean. You want to get into a community right at the start. A lot of people are like, I don't really know. I don't really know how the community is going to look. I don't know. And I'm like, guys, if you want some equity in a few, like in little time, that's the route to go. Okay. Ryan said, I was thinking about moving to Ocala next year and I was thinking about getting the house. The house or a house? Do you know what house do you have in mind? So I got you. Just let me know. Carlos said, by the way, Sophia was excellent. We appreciate you having her show us houses today. Absolutely. So Sophia is just she's an agent that I partner with, so that if I can't show you guys houses, then she'll be able to. Sometimes she'll be able to show you houses, but I'm still your agent, right? I'm doing all the negotiating, everything. All she's doing is just opening up the doors for you because I can't be at 5 places at once, right? And especially Sundays, I do not work Sundays, only an exception, right? So I'm so glad, Carlos, that you had a great experience with her. That's very, very, very important to me. How do you purchase in Florida living in another state? What do you mean? Like, are you planning on moving here? This is going to be your primary residence. Are you working from home so that you can work anywhere? Are you planning on transferring jobs, or do you need a new job? It definitely depends on the scenario, and that's a loaded question. And then if you give me more details, I can definitely help you. Okay. Now, I own 2 homes. One is rented in another state. Once that home is sold and I buy in Ocala, and will also sell the second home I currently live in, how to work both houses' taxes with the IRS. How to work both house taxes with the IRS. Okay, let me read that again. I own 2 homes. One is rented in another state. Once that home is sold and I buy in Ocala and also sell the second home I currently live in, how to work both house taxes. You know what? I would do a 1099. Because that's most likely going to be the most beneficial, depending on like how much you're getting both houses. Because what happens is that once the money hits your personal account, you're going to get taxed on it, right? But if it's going from one like if let's say if it's going from the attorney, title company to the next house, then I don't believe that you get heavily taxed or taxed at all, right? So a lot of people do a 1099 depending. So that's definitely a specific like lender question to see what that would go, but I'm pretty sure you doing a 1099 might be a good option. The Willow 2 is a very, very, very nice floor plan. The kitchen island, when I tell you, oh my gosh, it goes like, it like curves. It's so big. It's so nice. It has a really nice covered lanai. It is really, really, really nice. Buying before the model is built requires a good realtor who knows the area, justifies working with your team. Absolutely. 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 I'm so glad, like, for my investors who live in California and they just bought the townhome in Ocala. When they came, like, they literally bought sight unseen. Like, I didn't meet them in person yet or anything like that. I just met them in person yesterday. And so they bought sight unseen. They didn't know anything about the area, nothing. So when they drove to the townhome and they saw the area, they were like, oh my gosh, Alexis, like, I absolutely love this area. And I was like, I told you. I got you, right? I got you. Absolutely. That's my goal, right? That's my goal to this is exactly why I like to be boots on the ground, to see, the different areas, the different floor plans, the different communities, the different builders. I'm going to start doing it just takes a lot of planning and a lot of shooting. Well, recording. I don't like to say shooting. A lot of recording. And I really we did a builder battle months ago. Oh my gosh, I think maybe late last year we did it. Was it late last year? When we did the builder battle?
Yeah.
Late last year, I want to say. It was late last year. So we did Lennar versus DR Horton homes, and it was just a great thing to do because you can kind of just see the difference between both builders, what their popular floor plans, what the different features are, what's included, what's not, what the prices are. And so I really I want to bring that back as far as doing kind of like a builder battle and seeing seeing what the comparisons, right, between the two builders. I think that's a really good. I really like that. Okay. Now that the buyer rules are changing in August due to the lawsuit, how buyer realtors are paid? Is that negotiated between buyer and their realtor? That is a great question, Pedro. And a lot of people are, asking about that. So what happens is that so August 17th is the new rules take into effect, which basically means here, I can't speak about anywhere else, I'm just going to tell you about here in Florida, is that commissions are no longer able to be advertised on our multiple listing site, aka MLS. Okay, so what's going to happen now is that normally the seller can offer to pay the buyer's agent to advertise in the MLS at least $1. Now they don't have to pay anything, right? Because commission cannot be advertised on the MLS anymore starting August 17th. Now, what's going to happen is there's also a lot of brokerages who are going to, like, the listing agent is not necessarily going to be offering a co-broke to the buyer's agent. So what's going to happen is there's going to be a lot of negotiation between the buyer's agent with the buyer and the seller with the listing agent, right? So for example, if let's say your fee is 3%. Oops, I can't talk percentage. Okay, so let's say you have okay, let's say a buyer's agent charges X percent, right? And the you call the listing agent and like, hey, is your seller offering to pay buyer's commission? And they'd be like, okay, well, we're negotiate. Let's say they're paying X. Okay. So whatever that X is and the buyer's percentage is, right? Let's say if there's a difference, then you're going to talk to, then most likely the buyer is going to cover the difference. Okay. So this is why a lot of agents, especially buyer's agents, are going to need to show their value towards their clients, right? Because like, what if there's a seller who is like, absolutely not, like, I'm not paying anything to the buyer's agent, right? Number one, their house is most likely going to stay on the market, right? Or number two, then it's up to the buyer to be like, okay, I'm gonna have to pay my buyer's agent's commission. So this is going to be a conversation now that's going to be had to have in the beginning of, everything being, because you also have to have a buyer broker agreement signed as well. So within that buyer broker agreement, that's going to have to be stated like, okay, I charge X percent. If the seller gives me this percentage and it's not the full percentage that I charge, then you would have to, you would therefore be responsible for paying that difference, right? So it's going to be the buyer's agents too to negotiate their commission as far as from the sellers, from their clients and things like that. So this is definitely going to be kind of like a new experience for a lot of agents. But that's why you definitely want to go ahead and work with an agent who has a lot of value, who is very well, I want to say educated in the real estate market, right? Because it's gonna, a lot is gonna depend on that. I feel like the bigger builders are still going to offer the commission. It's probably going to be more on the smaller, it's going to be more on the resale homes. What's the most affordable new housing closest to Winter Garden? What's affordable? Tell me what's affordable to you, and then I can tell you the location. Does Ocala have a parade of homes? Great interior designs come from these types of model homes. I'm trying to think. I would say more in the 55 and over communities. I would say so. I would say more in the 55 and over communities. Do they have parade of homes? So Andre, let me know what is affordable to you, and then I can tell you based on that price where you can buy a house near the nearest to Winter Garden. So let me know so that I can let you know. And don't think I'm just like, these questions, they're loaded, right? So it just depends on that. Hi, Alexis. Is buyer's commission separate from closing costs? Okay. So that's a great question. So what's going to happen now is that, let's say, okay, let's say this is just an example. So I negotiated with the seller, right? That, okay, so you are going to pay me X percentage, right? The way it's going to be written is going to be technically like, okay, so it's going to be written like a concession. And the way we do concessions here in Florida is like, okay, buyer and seller agree. Buyer and seller agree. Seller will pay $10,000 towards buyer's closing costs, prepaids. What is it called? Let me give you the right. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me give you the right verbiage that we use. 1 second. And let me know if you guys love these live streamings, if it's helpful, right? Buyer. Hold on. Seller. Hold on, because I use specific verbiage. I just want to read it. Wow, look how the market has changed. I just found where I have a note here, and this was during COVID, where it was crazy. I have one here. Buyer and seller agree that buyer hereby waives the appraisal contingency and is prepared to pay the difference between the purchase price and the resulted appraisal value of the property. Can you believe that was going on just a few years ago? Okay, here we go. So this is the verbiage that we would use, right? So buyer and seller agree that seller will contribute, let's say $5,000 towards the purchase. So buyer and seller agree that seller will contribute $5,000 towards buyer's closing costs, prepaids, and or lender points, and then now it would be and towards buyer's commission. Okay, so it's just going to add that verbiage, and essentially that percentage or whatever that agreed amount is going to all go towards closing costs. So yes, the buyer's agent commission is going to go towards the closing costs, is going to get paid. It's all like the cash to close. You guys know that that every time I talk and I do Monarch School of Real Estate, and where I say, okay, so down payment plus closing costs equals cash to close. Cash to close means as much the amount of money you need in order to close on the property, get the keys, and evolve in real estate, right? So basically, yes, that is going to be a part of the cash to close. So that's why, a lot of things are changing, but I feel like for agents as well, like agents shouldn't be scared. They just need to show their value, and yeah, value is very important, especially now. Okay, so yeah, Ronald, that answers to your questions. Yes, is all going to be combined into the closing cost, cash to close. Okay. Next, so my video for tomorrow is going to be very, very short. It's not going to be a tour of anything, very short clip of Hometown Heroes program, because we still have funds. I think it's about, the last time I spoke to the lender, is about 40 million. So they still have 40 million in funds, which basically means but you need to be pre-approved already. You need to go under contract to be able to apply the Hometown Heroes. Okay, so that's going to be tomorrow. And then Tuesday is going to be Holiday Builders in Ocala, that you can go ahead, choose the floor plan, choose the lot, and choose the finishes. So that's for Tuesday, okay? So I thoroughly enjoy these live streams. I learned so much about real estate in the Central Florida area. Thank you for sharing your Sundays with us. Thank you so much, Shiloh. Shiloh, you have a job here if you want to join real estate, because your questions are amazing. Your content is educational, especially being a newbie. Yes, I absolutely love that. I really, really do. You know, I try to show as much value as I possibly can from the very beginning, in the sense of like where I wasn't even called Monarch School of Real Estate. That just evolved, right? And I mean, but that's what my whole brand and my whole outlook is about evolving. So from the very, very beginning, I'm like, okay, how can I be different from these other realtors on YouTube besides being me, right? I'm different. I'm different in a lot of aspects, right? But how can I show the most value? And I figured, you know, I came with my whiteboard, and you know, we evolved from that as well, right? Like you know, that's where I talk about the down payment, the closing cost, the estimated mortgage, the estimated taxes, homeowners insurance, right? If you're paying cash, you still have closing costs, but not nearly as much, right? So we definitely pride ourselves in providing as much value as possible. So even before this new change that's happening, I do have my clients sign buyer broker agreements, just because it's very, very important. I need to know that you are committed to me, right? And I'm committed to you. This is a partnership, and this is what I tell all my clients. If you're looking at dating, then I'm not the realtor for you. I need commitment. Huh? Ask my husband. I need commitment. It's because, as you can see, right, I provide a lot of knowledge, a lot of resources, a lot of energy goes into my clients. I take Sundays an hour and a half, because I always say I'm only going to do 30 minutes. I'm already an hour and 6 minutes in. I love you guys. I love what I do. I love providing as much value and education as possible, right? So if you guys want to work with me, just know that I do require a buyer broker agreement to be signed. And holiday builders, do they build with cinder block or wood frame? Cinder block. Holiday Builders builds with cinder block. The only big builder that I know in the Marion Oaks area that is now building with wood frame, but it's a different type of wood frame, is LGI Homes. According to them, it's a different, I have to get the correct terminology, but we actually went to just go see one of their homes this week. And it's supposed to be like really, really heavy duty, and there's no difference in supposedly there's no difference in insurance rates, right? But I haven't really looked into that to be like, oh, okay, I'll take your word for it type of thing, right? So yeah, but Holiday Builders builds with cinder block. What I like about Holiday Builders, okay, Holiday Builders, what you'll see in my video on Tuesday, right? They have different series. So they have the Aspire, Inspire, and Cornerstone. The Cornerstone collection is the one you're going to be able to choose the lot, choose the floor plan, and choose the interior design, right? The other ones are they're much lower in price, and they even have like a 4-bedroom over 2,000 square feet under $300,000. The only thing is that there's going to be carpet everywhere, and it's going to have laminate countertops, and there is no refrigerator. So yes, Lennar is a wood frame builder, but I was speaking that specifically in Marion Oaks. So Lennar does not build in Marion Oaks, but yes, Lennar is a wood frame builder in Ocala, correct? But again, I was speaking specifically on Marion Oaks. So Marion Oaks has about 32 different builders. I want to say the number is up to 32. And there you have your bigger builders, and you have like a lot of different smaller builders, right? So your big builders in Marion Oaks is going to be D.R. Horton, is going to be LGI Homes, it's going to be K. Hovnanian, Holiday Builders, Century Complete is there now as well. I think that's it. But Lennar, yes, Lennar builds wood framed homes too, and but not in Marion Oaks. Commitment, because you really do go so hard for your clients. Yes, My Katrina's on here. She could tell you. She sees what I do. Absolutely. I need the commitment. I need committed people that want to work with me. And that's just that. What is the mandatory hurricane rating for the homes in Central Florida? Do the builders put impact glass windows in their homes? What are the rating requirements? That I would have to get. So the builders are only going to do what is the build to code, right? So most of them don't go any extra. So impact glass windows, I don't believe are a requirement. In the Central Florida area. If you go down south, then most likely they are going to be required. So building code, so it depends. So let's check. Central. So most of them are not going to go above and beyond. They're just going to do exactly just kind of like the minimum, what they have to do, and that's it. Like I always explain, where Ocala, if we're talking about Ocala, where it's located, it's very, very north central. So the likelihood of something really bad happening as far as hurricane wise is very, very unlikely. So it just depends. What I'm gonna work on, I think this is gonna be a good kind of like resource to have is kind of like to see what the building codes are or the hurricane rating for the homes in Central Florida. But then that also depends where in Central Florida, right? Because Central Florida, you can be, well, it just depends. But I think that's a resource that we're probably gonna go ahead and create just so that you have that, right? So we try, as like I said, we try to provide as much value as we possibly can for our clients. We do what's called a Trello board. And in this Trello board, it's absolutely free. It's just something that you can sign into online, or you can have the app. You can download it on your phone or your computer, and it's free, like I said. And what it is basically like a board, and it's going to have all of the information that you need. So it's going to have all your executed documents for, so when you are when you're buying a home, there's many different entities of it, right? So we have everything in one place for you. So that's what we just try to make your lives just a little bit easier, right? Because when you're buying a home, you're financing, there's so many different emails, so many different attachments and stuff like that. So we just try to keep everything in one area so that you have that, right? Also, we do provide like resources on there as well. We provide a especially if you're going to live in Marion County, which is Ocala is in Marion County. It kind of has like your go-tos as far as different numbers and things like that. So we, like I said, we just try to add as much value. Yes, impact windows down south. Yeah, I have clients who are actually buying in Punta Gorda. So they're buying a home in Punta Gorda. And so that's kind of like that happens as well. We need impact windows. So Andre said, I'm moving to Florida next year, looking for an affordable new house close to Winter Garden, Florida. So again, the question was, what's affordable to you? Affordable may be $500,000, right? So affordable means many different things to many different people. So if you give me a number, I'll be able to tell you where you can buy a new house near Winter Garden. Gutters, with all the rain. Yep. Gutters, with all the rain Florida gets, why do builders not add gutters, or is it only some? No, most of the builders do not add gutters. It is not required. Some builders will, like some of the smaller builders will add gutters. Like I have one he's amazing. He builds really nice houses in Ocala, and he puts gutters on his homes. So gutters, I mean, so for example, we wouldn't be able, like if we say, oh, we want to add gutters onto the house, right? Most likely we'll be able to get a dollar amount towards closing costs so that you can use that if you want to add the gutters. But the bigger builders, gutters are not negotiable for the most part. Let me just see. But that's, yeah, gutters, especially with the rain, and we're in raining season right now. We're in hurricane season. We haven't got, I don't mind the rain now, because we put St. Augustine grass in our backyard. And if you don't know, St. Augustine, you have to water it or not, it's gonna die and it don't come back to life. You're gonna have to resod. So with all the water that that we've been getting, I freaking love it. How long is the buyer agent agreement good for? Does it vary? We're out of state and are just starting to look, and your videos and live streams are super appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it just depends. The buyer broker agreements are gonna depend. It depends on what the situation is, right? So it's harder for if you're not ready just yet, right? So okay, let's say you're not ready just yet, but we had a conversation, we're putting, I'm answering your questions, I'm sending you homes, and things like that, right? It just kind of gets to, okay, what is fair, right? Because unfortunately there's a lot of people who, as I mentioned earlier, like to just date different realtors and things like that. And that's okay. That's okay if you want to do that, but it doesn't work for me. Because even in the very beginning, I have clients who are, let's say a year out, right? But we're still in a partnership. We're getting ready. We're coming up with a game plan to see what the best way is going to be to get you pre-approved. When you're moving over here, let's talk about things like that, right? So it's not like it's just a conversation. Like we literally come up with a game plan. And just for me, again, that's who I am as far as, putting so much time and resources and energy into all of my clients. I definitely, I require the commitment. As far as how long is it good for, right? It just depends. It just depends. Yeah. I mean, and what happens is that, I've been going back and forth as far as, do I charge a cancellation fee, right? Let's say for right now, I do not charge a cancellation. I know that there's probably other realtors who do or who are going to. I'm not saying that I'm not going to, but right now I do not charge a cancellation fee because I don't want anybody to be in a relationship with me, a partnership, right? That doesn't want to be, right? So it just it all depends on what the situation is, right? I'm not saying that you have, like, if you sign with me and you're just like, we're not vibing or anything like that, right? Then we'll have that conversation and see if there's anything that we need to adjust. But if we feel like we're not each other's cup of tea, then that's completely okay, right? And we'll just go our separate ways. I feel everybody, everybody is not for everybody. I may not be for everybody. You may not be for everybody. So yeah. So it just depends, honestly. Would you recommend a whole house generator for power outages during storms? I mean, I feel like it's always good to have it. I don't necessarily think you need like a whole house one, but at least one to maybe like, so you could charge your phones. Maybe you can or have like what's those things called, like a hot plate or something to cook the food. Or if you have a grill outside but maybe it's just raining, maybe you need the hot plate, right? So I don't necessarily think maybe like a whole house generator is needed, but definitely some type of generator, just so that you can, charge your phone and feed yourself, your family if needed. So I know, Ronald, just to kind of like, it's still on my chest to just speak a little bit more on this buyer agent agreement. I know a lot of people are they're hesitant to, some people don't like commitment. Some people are not ready for a commitment yet, right? And that is completely fine, Ronald. So again, if like I said, everything is negotiable in the sense of like the timeline and things like that, but we all just want to be fair as well, right? Because and the reason why I'm very like this is not, and what's non-negotiable is a buyer broker agreement. That's like a non-negotiable, right? But you know, this is how we're our own, you know, we are unemployed every day until we get business type of thing, right? So this feeds my family, and as you can see, I put a lot of time, energy, and love into all of my clients, right? So yeah, you can, if you feel like you need a date before you come to me, that's completely fine. That is completely fine. But yeah, I'm a committal, does that make sense? Committal person. Committed. I'm a very, 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 very committed person. And again, it's, you know, I love doing this. It's a passion. But it does feed my family. I got 6 kids to feed. 6 babies. That they're actually eating me out of house and home. We had Domino's last night, and I try my hardest not to buy outside food as much, but we were in Ocala, long day. We had pizza, Domino's, and so my big boys are like 5'8", 5'9", and so they eat, and me, I had 1 slice of pizza, and I told my husband, save me a barbecue slice, right? So he saves it for me. Today I'm out showing, right? And again, I normally don't work Sundays, but my investors were here and they wanted to see some houses. So I get a text message. It says, hey mommy, I wanted to say I was sorry I ate your barbecue pizza. I didn't know it was your pizza, and I just wanted to say I was sorry. If I knew that it was your pizza, I wouldn't have eaten. I'm like, thanks, dude. Thank you at least for the acknowledgement that you ate my pizza and you're sorry about it. Thanks. This is fabulous information. Thank you so much. You're amazing. Thank you so much, Shiloh. I really, really, really do appreciate that. Okay, so $300,000 range, new construction near Winter Garden. Honestly, that doesn't exist near Winter Garden. You're gonna want to look into, so if it's a single family home, let me see what the prices are. Hold on. Let me see what the prices are. Let me see what the prices are in Mascot, because Mascot is probably going to be the closest to Winter Garden, but even the prices in Mascot are getting higher. So let's see. Give me 1 second. Yeah, because even Claremont, it's in the 400,000s. All right, let's see what Mascot has for us. Even Groveland, the prices have increased. Groveland is just outside of Claremont. Okay, so the lowest priced home in Groveland, but it's a townhome. So Groveland might be, let's see. Let's see. So Groveland. All right, so Groveland, what is going on? Winter Garden. So Groveland to Winter Garden is about 27 minutes. And the lowest priced home that I see is a townhouse, a 4-bedroom, 2-bath townhouse at that. Let's see. Make sure. Sometimes they, okay. So a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath townhome in Groveland, listed at $335,894. It's 2,144 square feet. And that is going to be 27 minutes away. Then you have Phillips Landing, So that's Starlight Homes, 336, and that's going to be a single family home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. But yeah, so you're talking about you're still above the 300s. If you want it to be 300 or below, you're probably going to be in Haines City. Let's see. Haines City to Winter Garden is about 49 minutes. Let me check Leesburg real quick because Leesburg might be, let's see. Leesburg. No, because Leesburg to Winter Garden is still about that 40 minutes too. So if you're looking for a home that in the $300,000 range, you're going to want to look into Haines City, Winter Haven, Lake Alfred. So that's still going to be about 50 minutes away from Winter Garden. Ronald said, I totally get you. My wife and I watch all of your videos, and we appreciate all the hard work you and your husband put into the videos. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. A lot of time, energy, love goes into all of our videos. We love what we do. And again, we are super appreciative of you guys spending your Sunday with us and just showing us so much love. You guys know, if you've been on these live streams, that we're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by October, and we are currently at 7,225 subscribers. We are super, super, super blessed. We're almost there at the 10,000. So make sure you guys are subscribing to my channel, because it definitely makes a big difference when you like, when you comment. I guess YouTube's just wants to push out those videos that are getting the most views, the most comments, and the most interaction. Okay, so you guys, we love you. Like I always say, I totally love you guys. Thank you so much. We are super appreciative, being, that you guys choose to work with us. And there's so many different realtors on YouTube, so we don't take that lightly. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great Sunday. If you guys have any questions, or you want me to speak on something next Sunday, just put it in one of the comments on the videos, and we will definitely discuss whatever that question is. Okay, so I hope you guys have a great week. Is it 7? Yes, it's about to. Yes, it's 6:58 p.m. right now. Thank you for your beautiful family and sharing your time with us. Thank you. You guys, like I said, you guys are going to be seeing a lot of the little one, Malachi, because he got kicked out of school, and we're going to be homeschooling him. So he's probably going to be in a lot of my videos. He's going to be a little realtor by the time he hits high school or something. Okay, real quick, do you sell homes with no CDD and no HOA in the Orlando area? Yeah, absolutely. We sell all of Central Florida. We sell from Ocala to Tampa and everywhere in between. And if you still wanted, like, let's say the Panhandle, Jacksonville, Miami, we still got you covered as far as, because we have partner agents all around the United States. So yes, we do sell homes with no CDD, no HOA in the Orlando area. Thank you so much for all the valuable information you share every Sunday. Have a blessed week. I love you guys. See you next Sunday. Don't forget to tune in to tomorrow's video, which is going to be very short. It's just about the Hometown Heroes program. And then Tuesday is going to be about holiday builders in Ocala. I hope you guys enjoy, and till next time.